Computer. All right, welcome to Hoops on Scoops. We're here again with our good friend, I think a third time, Mr. Drew King. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, so stuff. There's no off season in college sports. So, what is your schedule like now? What are you covering? What's your day-to-day looking like now that the hoop season's over?
Yeah, so obviously, like we had to do a lot of heavy lifting with the transfer portal. I've
Mhm.
been going to some of the Zoo to You tour stops, listening to what Dennis Gates and all the other coaches have to say. And then actually this weekend, I'm actually going to Kansas City for the Nike YBL tournament, and going to talk to some recruits over there. So definitely still working even in May.
Oh, that's exciting. Are you going to do any football or anything this year?
No, I pretty much just stick to basketball, so
Okay.
it's definitely some downtime, but we'll keep it going for sure.
Nice. All right. Well, let's jump back in time a little bit first. So, kind of a post up on the season. They make it to the NCAA tournament. Great. After last season, the year before, not being so awesome. How does Dennis Gates feel? Does he feel it's a success? I mean, I know he obviously wanted to win, but what's kind of the overall 10,000 foot view?
I think if you had asked, this January 1st, like, is this
Mhm.
team gonna make the tournament? Would have been a whole lot of skeptics because they're coming off of the bragging rights loss, the no good, horrible, bad day.
I was at that
Um,
game. Whew, that was rough. That was rough in there.
and so I think in one respect, it was impressive that they were able to turn things around mid-season and win, double-digit games in the SEC and punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. But if you compare it to what the expectations were at the start of the year, I think that was kind of just where the floor was, right? I think
Yeah.
a lot of people were expecting a little bit more out of this group, especially with it being Mark Mitchell's senior year. And so
Mhm.
I think that it's kind of a plateau of a year, if anything. Like I think it just kind of it didn't move the needle too much one way or the other, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. So you said Mark Mitchell obviously leaving. He's in the NBA draft. I mean, that's still, we'll see where that goes. Um, I, I mean, I don't know. I think minimum he'll be on a G League team next year. I mean, he's
Yeah, I think that's right.
pretty darn good basketball player.
Right. There ain't a whole lot of buzz about Mark getting drafted at this
Mhm.
point, but he's gonna, take all the steps. He's going through like individual workouts with teams right now.
Yeah.
I expect he'll get signed to a summer league squad, and if he performs well there, maybe you can find a place to get called up. But otherwise, I think he'll
Yeah.
play, find a spot in the G League for sure.
Good for him. I mean, maybe a Kobe Brown type path where it takes a little while, but just that guy's a worker, man. He's not gonna,
Right.
yeah, he is just what you want in a teammate. So then going forward, kind of give us the listeners, is the roster completely set? Who we losing? Who's coming back? I know T.O. Barrett was a big one. You're a big T.O. Barrett fan, I know. Um, what are we looking at right now as far as roster construction?
Yeah, so they picked up their last and final transfer this past week. They got Cord Stansberry from Western Carolina. So that puts them at six returners, six transfers, and then three freshmen coming in. So they got a full 15 this year. There's no more roster spots. It's completely
Mhm.
set in stone. And guys are supposed to be getting to campus in the next couple of weeks here for summer workouts. So yeah, like they only guys they lost through the portal this year, like you mentioned, T.O. Barrett, Ant Robinson, he ended up at Florida State, and then Sebastian Mack is still in the portal trying to figure out where his next stop is. But overall, like I think the retention was decent. They still got
Mhm.
Trent Pierce coming back, and he's gonna, you know, be the most experienced guy on the team next year, I
Yeah.
think, like which is kind of crazy. But then you also got Luke Northweather and Nicholas Randall, Aaron Rowe, Honor Boateng's going to be back in the fold. So I think I'm missing somebody, but
Who's the 7'5" kid?
Trent Burns, thank you. Yeah, Trent Burns is obviously. I think he'll get some minutes next year as well. So a lot of good returners, and then we can talk about all the newcomers if you want.
Yeah, I mean, who I mean, you watched this team as much as any human being watched it last year. Who are you most excited about you think is going to make the big impact? And are there any sleepers in there as well?
That's a great question. So I think. you got to start by talking about Jason Crow Jr., right? He's a five-star freshman point guard, projected to be a one and done guy, was the co-MVP in the McDonald's All-American game. Like, I think that this is going to be one of, if not the most talented first-year guys that Dennis Gates has
Mhm.
brought in at Mizzou. And I think there's a whole lot of expectations about how good that he could be. And so I'm really excited to watch him play. They announced, I want to say Tuesday that his dad's going to be an assistant coach on the staff this year, so
Okay.
that'll be interesting. And then beyond that, I think if you wanted to go the transfer route, I'm pretty excited to see Jameer Jones out of Providence. He's a
Okay.
6'6", 220 pound, just behemoth of a
Dang.
wing, right? Like
Yeah.
very athletic, average double digit points as a freshman with the Friars under Kim English. What's interesting to me is they say he's been told, and Dennis Gates has said that they're going to move him to guard this year, which last year he was mostly stuck at forward. This year they're going to have him play on the ball a little bit. So I'm interested to
Oh,
see how
okay.
that plays out. But he's a guy that, they recruited out of high school, didn't get him right away, but got him on this second time around. And I think that he's got a high ceiling for sure.
That's exciting. I know, and they have a couple other commits that still have their senior year here. I think is it Scotty Bar a kid from Webster Groves.
Scotty Atkinson.
Scotty
Yep.
Atkinson, yeah, he's got another. I think he'll be a senior next year. Then Hook. I mean, that's just that pipeline that Gates is starting to build. If that comes to fruition, like you're saying, that could be crazy exciting the next few years.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Scotty is going to be at the Team USA training camp this weekend. So I thought I was going to see him in Kansas City at the EYBL
Mhm.
tournament, but he's actually going to be somewhere else.
Oh,
So,
wow.
but yeah, they're really excited to have him come in the fold, and not this year, but the one after. So, I think that he'll be really, really good.
Yeah. And then anyone we missed that Mizzou was like they were close on a guy, they almost got him, they didn't anything like that that the fans there are a little disappointed about.
They had a visit scheduled with Jalen Reese out of LSU. He's a backup point guard for them. Actually, he grew up into the starting role for them this season, but he committed to Texas A&M
Mm,
before he ended up taking the visit. So that was really the only one that we knew of for sure. Like I know that you got to kind of cast a wide net in the transfer portal,
yeah.
and you're talking to a lot of people. So I'm sure there's other misses out there, but as far as like guys that they were, pretty deep in the process with, Jalen Reese is really the only one that comes to mind.
Oh, okay. So skip ahead. So 26, 27. The non-conference schedules are getting kind of built out. The big news here in St. Louis was SLU Mizzou finally agreeing to play for the first time in 25 years. Do you have any insight, like what finally made this happen? Because we've been talking about it forever.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like I've heard that it's not a done deal yet. I've been told like there's still kind of a ways away on it. So I don't think it's been officially announced at
Ah,
least. So we'll see what happens. But I know Frank Cusimano put out the report that it was just kind of the coaches came together and said we should probably play each other, and
yeah.
we'll see what happens. Obviously, a lot of people have been wanting it for a long time, and I think it does make some sense to play, your in-state rivals like that. So I think it
Mhm.
could be a great game for sure.
Awesome. And then anything else on the Mizzou non-conference schedule that's looking exciting? Any other, we say quad one teams?
Yeah, the one that has been kind of confirmed is they're going to play against Marquette in a neutral site game in Chicago.
Yeah.
And so that's a team that Mizzou has had a couple of secret scrimmages against under Dennis Gates. And so now they're going to play on the record, make it actually count this time. And so,
Nice.
Marquette didn't have that great of a year, but Shaka Smart has obviously had a lot of success with them. So
Mhm.
I think that'll be a really, really interesting quad one game in the non-con.
That's going to be worth the drive right there. Oh, tell folks where to follow you, where to read your stuff, find all your content. How do they get the Drew King?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Twitter or X at Drew King. 0222 and then you can find all of our content on powermizzou.com. We've got 50% off an annual subscription right now. We're running that discount, so make sure you go grab one as we head into the summer. I know that our friend Cody Goodwin is going to have all of the football workout content that's going
Nice.
on. So, yeah, definitely go sign up.
Awesome. Well, Drew, thank you again for coming back on, getting us set for next year. Let's do this again right before the season kicks off, see where we're at. But until then, thank you again. And everyone else, stick around after the break. A little more hoops on scoops.